Did you know peonies can live to be over 100 years old and still bloom beautifully? Today I'll be diving into how to grow your dream peony garden that will produce delightful blooms and wonderful fragrances. We will explore the different types of peonies, the best planting practices, and essential tips for maintaining healthy plants throughout the seasons. Peonies can be broadly classified into three main categories: herbaceous, tree, and intersectional, each with its own set of needs and growth habits. So here's an example of an herbaceous peony. This particular plant has been in this spot for longer than we've been in this garden, which is more than 20 years. Notice the soft stems, which require that when it blooms, because the blooms are so large, that it has to be staked or caged. And then you get a rainfall and the peonies fall to the ground.
Itoh and tree peonies are more woody and therefore do not need the same support as herbaceous peonies.
Both the Itoh and tree peony are hardy in zones 4 through 8 and do well in areas with cold winters and hot summers. We don't trim either our Itoh or tree peonies in the fall, although like herbaceous peonies, you can cut the Itoh down to the ground if you prefer. But since we're concerned about insects and pollinators overwintering in our garden beds, we leave the old growth on until spring. Tree peonies can take up to 5 years to mature to the point where they have abundant blooms, but Itohs bloom after 1 or 2 years. In terms of bloom time, tree peonies bloom first, then Itohs, then herbaceous peonies. So if you have all three, you'll have constant bloom through May. The key to successful planting lies in selecting a location with the right amount of sunlight and soil conditions that meet the specific needs of your peony variety. Peonies are relatively low maintenance plants, but they still require regular watering, fertilization, and pruning to thrive. Understanding the specific needs of your peony variety is crucial to providing the best possible care. By following a few simple tips and guidelines, you can create a thriving peony garden that brings joy and beauty to your outdoor space. Planting peonies is a relatively straightforward process, but it does require some planning and attention to detail.
Intersectional peonies, also known as Itoh peonies, are hybrids created by crossing a tree peony and an herbaceous peony. These hybrids produce flowers and leaves reminiscent of the tree peony parent. However, the growth habits mimic the herbaceous parent, dying down to the ground in winter and re-emerging green each spring. The plants produce some woody structure, but they remain low to the ground. Like the herbaceous parent, they prefer full sun, but grow well and produce a suitable number of flowers in dappled sunlight. A mature intersectional peony will produce 50 or more dinner plate sized flowers on strong, short stems that do not require staking. They reach peak bloom near the end of the herbaceous peony bloom. Each plant can remain in bloom for 3 to 4 weeks, with new buds continually opening over this period. They can be used as cut flowers and offer a wide array of yellows and gold colours not commonly available in herbaceous peonies. Intersectional peonies on average grow to approximately 2.5 feet tall. Their compact form is well suited to the front of the perennial border. They grow in zones 3 to 9. Tree peonies have a woody structure that support gigantic dinner plate sized flowers on plants that can grow up to 7 feet. While tree peonies can take full sun, they thrive in dappled light.
Ruffled pink petticoats is in our front garden. There's the roadway, and the first year it bloomed, people were literally stopping their cars and getting out, 1, to see if it was real, and 2, to ask, what was this bush? That's how dramatic the blooms can be on this plant. Absolutely wonderful.
They grow slowly, producing 1 to 6 inches of new woody growth each year. They require well-drained soil. After the bloom, tree peonies provide structure to the garden with deep green foliage in summer that turns bronze and purple in the fall.
When it comes to planting peony bulbs, soak the roots in cold to lukewarm water for about 30 minutes prior to planting. Position the root so that the eyes, the pink buds, will be just below the soil, between 1/2 and 1 inch below ground level. If planted deeper, it will take longer for the peonies to flower. Fill the hole that you've dug with soil and carefully pack the soil around the roots with your fingers. Do not damage the tender pink eyes, and then water thoroughly. Don't overwater planted tree peonies. This is the biggest cause of failure. Tree peonies are slow starters. Sometimes a newly planted tree peony will appear to make little growth, if any, in its first season. I believe in the case of Sea of Tranquility here, this is its 3rd season, and you can see there are lots and lots of really good looking buds. In just a few weeks' time, all of these will be opening, and they're going to be glorious. Occasionally the main stems may die back a little, although this might look worrisome. Wait until next spring, when vigorous growth should resume from the lower part of the stem, or even from below soil level. So after planting peonies, a year-round mulch of compost, leaf mould leaves, or commercial types of mulch has a positive effect on your peonies by keeping the soil from drying out, maintaining a more even soil temperature, providing organic matter for an optimal structure of the soil, and reducing weed growth. It also prevents soil from splashing onto the flowers and foliage. For the first winter, I'd advise putting a thick 4 to 6 layer of mulch over your freshly planted peony to prevent roots from being heaved out of the ground by alternate freezing and thawing weather. Tree peonies tend to be less hardy than Itohs. In addition to the mulch, I'd advise protecting tree peonies planted in zones 4, 5 and possibly 6 with a windbreaker to help protect the flower buds during severe winter weather.
Peonies are very resilient plants that typically thrive and grow without incident. However, every once in a while a fungus or virus may take hold and impact the health of your peonies. Although infections generally start in early spring, they often go unnoticed until later in the summer. Left unchecked, these diseases can do real damage to your peonies. Powdery mildew causes leaves to turn white. It comes on in late June through September. It's not fatal, and tree peonies are less prone than herbaceous or intersectional peonies to this fungus. Treatment includes neem oil or other horticultural oils after the leaves have formed. Another good natural preventative remedy is to regularly spray a solution of 30% milk to 70% water on your plants on sunny days. This helps not only peonies but all plants susceptible to powdery mildew. Botrytis causes the stalks to wilt and die and buds to turn black. Onset is typically in early spring, but can be at any time when temperatures remain below 70 degrees. It's especially prevalent when the weather is cool, wet and humid. Botrytis is common, and when seen in your garden can persist for years through spores in the soil. It's easy to treat, but can kill peonies and other plants when not treated, so it's especially important to pay attention to the signs of this fungus. To treat this fungus, when first noticed, cut off the diseased portions of the plant, dipping your pruners in a 10% solution of bleach, or use Clorox wipes between each cut to ensure the disease does not spread. Throw out the diseased portions, do not compost them. A more aggressive option would be to use a systemic fungicide labelled for use on peonies. Peony blotch does not immediately kill the plant, but successive years of the fungal disease will impact the health of the plant. To treat peony blotch, when you first notice the symptoms, cut off the diseased portions of the plant, dipping the pruners in a 10% solution of bleach, or use Clorox wipes between each cut to ensure the disease does not spread. Clean up all debris around the plants and throw all of this matter away. Do not compost. Use a fungicide that is intended for peony blotch on peonies and apply according to the manufacturer's instructions.
We've covered the essential steps to create your dream peony garden, from selection to care, ensuring you have all the knowledge to succeed. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other gardening videos and share your peony gardening experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching.